groups that were dealt with community treasures. So who is one of the representatives right here who will share just a few highlights from that group?
We could call up Chelsea.
Chelsea, where are you?
I felt that some of the highlights just encompass the entire sense of community that we have in Pacific Beach. I mean, it's a treasure for everyone, having so many ways to access that too, such as recreational activities and the different places here, like the boardwalks and the beaches are so high quality, and we just feel that they're very clean and very well kept up. So the management of the community itself is really a highlight for us, I think.
Just obviously the beach, the bay, we're in a very unique place. Kid-friendly parks, water sports, surfing.
You can't really even get down to dealing with the environmental issues until we deal with what's facing them straight in the face, which seems to be crime. And crime was a big deal for that group. The urination, public urination.
And we talked about the negative image, and also was mentioned a PE discount, where this negative image is bleeding over and affecting property values, and people are very concerned about that. What can we do to address that? The management of our trash, too much overflowing, garbage around, which contributes to crime and scavengers.
One thing that's never changed in Pacific Beach in 30 years, it takes forever to go down Garnett Avenue. So traffic, homelessness,
walkability, encroachments. A lot of the sidewalks have obstacles in the way, and it's very troublesome to pedestrians. The kids don't have safe places to go. You put them on bikes, you get run over by cars. We need to look at how we can do better than that.
Walkability, bikeability, that'll help with our transit. So we need to look at that really hard and make that connection. Sewage dumped into our bays. Lack of city services was another one that was highlighted. The need for code compliance, the need for another day of trash pickup to keep the flies and stuff under control, the need to have pipes that work, sewage lines, all that stuff. Mostly what we're hearing is just the quality of life in PB and Mission Beach, but we have the same in Ocean Beach and Point Loma. The quality of life. How do we get back to the people that have been residents here for a long time, and how do we interact the need for tourism, which is $18.3 billion industry and creates a lot of jobs. How do we combine all that? Everybody's going in the same direction. I want to thank you for putting this together, because it looks like now maybe we can get everybody to go in the same direction.
Right now we have so much disjointed forward planning between bicycle master plans, pedestrian master plans. Our Pacific Beach community plan needs updated. We have transportation plans going on. We have all, reuse of Mission Bay. All these things going on at once, but a lot of things at the planning group, we're just trying to let them know what we're doing and what we want to have done, so they can all be looked at comprehensively, everything, as we look ahead, moving ahead, including eco-friendly district. Revitalize our commercial core. Go down Garnett Avenue, go down Turquoise Street, go down Mission Boulevard. If we can change tenants, if we can change our commercial core, I'm thinking beautiful PD. Get that assessment district in place, get our sidewalks washed.
Things that are missing is a kid and family-friendly downtown. The community benefits district to keep the community clean, make it beautiful.
We need intelligent weed control, not using pesticides, but using something that's ecological, that controls the weeds and the bugs.
Bicycle path for more direct access to between the beach and the Garnett shopping area.
Pride in our public schools. I've told everyone, if you want to change a community, if you really want to change a community, change the schools. Make the schools better. Get word out on what's really positive things that have been happening in the Pacific Beach schools. The high marks at PB Middle School and otherwise. These things are happening. That will keep families here. That will change us going forward.
Plan for sea level change in Mission Beach. Right now, Rose Creek just flows directly into the bay. So we'd like to divert Rose Creek to the bay through a marsh.
We got the idea also of a social networking, a website, because a lot of the problems here folks perceive as is a young community. Folks are just tenants. They're just going to the bars. They're just drinking. But I know a lot of these young folks. They're very eco-friendly, even more so than a lot of us middle-aged and older folks. If we had a inclusive, and that would be through some type of social network to get them more involved. I think that would bring the whole community closer and looking forward.
Finding ways to improve our outreach, getting the word out, a lot of things that we've talked about today with the schools and our YMCA that's coming soon, the drive-in movies, and just what a great community it is.
I just want to say a couple things about what you've all done. First of all, I've been really excited and encouraged to hear the brilliance that you've been expressing with one another and the sense of community you're creating by so doing. I've heard in at least 3 groups, people exploring the notion of looking at this community as an entire living operating system. And that would take you way out into a future that most communities can't imagine if you can stick with that holistic, systems-based strategy about defining your future. The other thing that came to mind more than once, I mentioned Bucky Fuller earlier, one of my professors, and Bucky believed strongly that we're all born geniuses and we're gradually de-geniused by our parents and our teachers. And what I was witnessing today was you as a community beginning to reclaim your genius. If you can do that, you can transform your future and your children's future and build the potential for America that we currently have entirely lost sight of. And it's extraordinary.